Mayor Eric Adams. Mr. Mayor, thank you for being with us once again.
Thank you. Thank you. And, let's be clear. He can rail from jail, and I am happy he's there. And we should all hope he never sees the light of day again. He was dangerous, and I'm happy that New Yorkers came together with a combination of law enforcement and everyday New Yorkers to send the right message that we won't tolerate violence in our city.
Yeah, no, it makes sense for sure. I think, this is obviously a happy moment. We are all happy that this whole nightmare is behind us, a little over 24 hours. There are going to be a lot of questions, I think, after this sort of settles into what happened here about the malfunctioning cameras in the subway station, the fact that he was walking around the East Village and called the police on himself. What do you think the biggest takeaways we're going to have to really look into are in the weeks and months ahead as a result of this incident?
Every crisis is a moment to use it as a teaching moment. We're going to evaluate the media notification when cameras are out that are controlled by the MTA, not controlled by the city. We need to be clear on that. Second, we're going to he called on himself. If he did or not, we're not sure. But the reality was that, as the police commissioner stated, we closed in on him. It was clear once good old-fashioned police work and collaboration, we were able to piece together the puzzle one piece at a time. And the New York City Police Department, the FBI, our state police, and countless number of citizens allowed us to apprehend him. He didn't surrender. He didn't give up. He knew he had no other choice.
But Mayor, it almost seemed as if he was, in some ways, taunting police. I mean, he literally called on himself. And a lot of New Yorkers are asking this morning, in a city like New York, not only this morning, but the entire day, in a city like New York, where we are a #1 terror target, where gun violence is on the rise, where subway crime is on the rise, how in the world is a man like this able to just simply use mass transit and roam our streets? How did he slip through the cracks?
It's called 8.8 million people. And they're even 3 times many places that you can try to conceal yourself until police do an excellent job of, number one, using our social media outlets, using our television outlets, our newspapers, posting information, using tips. He turned himself in, because he knew he had no other choice. Let's be clear on that. 33 shots. It took 30 hours to find him. Some mass killers last for years. The police department, the federal agencies, the state agencies, and the people of this city did an excellent job of bringing a dangerous person to justice. And let's not underrate that. And I'm not going to allow that to be underrated. They did an amazing job with the little information they had.
Indeed. And last night, Mr. Mayor, you spoke about the issue of gun violence and how it's something that is a nationwide problem. The solution needs to come from outside of New York. It's not something we can just deal with on our own. The reality of the case is, though, right now, the Supreme Court has a case in front of it that could actually weaken gun laws further here in New York as early as this spring. Big picture, what's the plan for sort of getting this violence under wraps? We've got ghost guns. It seems like the problem just keeps getting worse and worse. And I agree in ways that we don't have full control over, but what can we do here in the city?
And I want to be clear on this. I said we need help. I'm not saying we're going to throw up our hands here in the city. That is not going to happen. I mentioned the other night, 1,800 guns in 3.5 months. People need to really think about that number. 1,800 illegal guns in 3.5 months being in office. We're doing our job. Look at these cases after cases we're solving. Young girl shot in Burger King, we solved that case. The young boy that was shot in Brooklyn, we solved that case. You look at the cases, we are taking dangerous people off the streets. But you know what we're finding when we take them off the street? They have long records of violence. That is a serious problem. And then when you add that to the fact, the easy accessibility of guns, including ghost guns, it creates this perfect storm of violence that we're going to continue to push back on, but it's an endless flow. So we need the ATF appointment done right away. We need to cross collaboration that we saw and witnessed to continue to go after these guns. We need to zero in on those small number of gun manufacturers that are allowing illegal guns to go into big cities all across America. And that is how we're going to accomplish this. That is why my gun task force is in place. We're going to zero in on gangs. There's a close correlation to the shootings we saw in the Bronx last night. It's connected to gangs behavior. The shooting we saw in Brooklyn, gang behavior. The street gangs think they're going to take over our city, and we're not going to allow that to happen.
Mayor, before we let you go, are you concerned heading into the summer season? I mean, that's traditionally when we see the uptick in a lot of this violence, and yet it's only the spring, and we're already seeing it.
Yes, and you're right. And so what must we do? Number one, that's why we are doing an unprecedented 100,000 summer youth employments to give our young people options. We have our Summer Rise program taking place. We're going to utilize our public school system to give our children safe havens. We're going to zero in on the gangs in our city, and it's time to collaborate with our district attorneys, particularly the work that DA Gonzalez has done in Brooklyn, where we took down gang crews, and you saw shootings drop when you take down these crews. There's a small number of violent people in our city that we need to zero in on and get them off our streets and free up our court system. Too many people are waiting to have trial that are dangerous shooters, but they're still on our streets, and we need to have them serve their time in prison like they should be.
Indeed. All right. Well, Mr. Mayor, we appreciate your time. And again, we'll take the W today that we got the alleged gunman from yesterday's subway shooting in custody as we speak. Very well. Thank you.